Hey guys, welcome back and welcome if you're new to my channel. Today we're gonna do another part of the color along. We're doing the Hourglass page in Circle of Life. And last time we did some of the leaves and you were supposed to finish the leaves up on your own. We did a few. And so it's been a while since that video, so everybody should have their leaves done by now. It's been like what, a month almost. So I got my pencils sharpened. I got the colors that I'm gonna use, and today we're gonna work on the tree branches here. So I'm thinking, let me get my little book here. Originally, I had thought of doing the branches in like a gray silver, but I want to add some gold to this picture, so I didn't want to mix them, so I went with like a brown instead. um Let me just, okay, I have my, all right, so just double checking on the colors here. So today we are using, let me zoom you in, we're still using Prismacolors. We're going to be using beige sienna, let me put them in order, light umber, and chocolate. And here's the numbers in case you need the numbers, and here are the colors. So it's been a while since the last video, and the reason for that is because I actually got a new job and I'm still trying to adjust to the scheduling of my new job. I'm just coming in with the beige sienna, and we're gonna go over the whole branch with this. So we'll do that while I'm catching you guys up here. Yeah, I got a new job, and the hours, are extremely long, and I'm basically there the whole day. I'm there for about 10 to 12 hours, sometimes longer. And I'm trying to adjust to fitting, my YouTube videos in my coloring videos. And then I'm also figuring a way to implement my art, showing you guys some of my art as well, without disrupting the people who are only coming to watch for coloring. So like I said before, I'm gonna have my art videos on here as well as my coloring videos. But what I'm gonna do, so they don't so you know where to go if you're here for one or the other, I'm going to make a playlist, separate playlist is what I'm gonna start doing, versus just kind of having them, my videos here and then you're finding them on your own. I'm just gonna make a playlist. But anyway, so we're covering this with beige sienna. Be careful that you don't, there's birds and other little stuff in here. Be careful that you don't go over that, because those are going to be a different color. So just going over the tree. And if you hear that little buzzing noise in the background, that is my fan. It is about a good 100 and something degrees out here, so I have a little portable fan on my desk, and it has like a low, bzzz sound, and if you hear that, that's what that is, in case you were wondering. So I'm just lightly going over this, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna add some layers. So just right now we're just getting the let me scoot you down. We're just getting the base layer down, and be careful of this bird right here. All right. So, like I said in the previous videos, I do want to add some gold in here. And I am thinking of using my watercolors, or I have some gold acrylic paint that I might use as well. We will see. Whatever I decide to use, I'm gonna, give you guys some alternatives. And so, if you don't have what I have, then you can use something different, but it'll still be, metallic. Basically, any metallic, thing that you have. There's metallic gel pens and things like that that you can use if you don't have metallic watercolors or paint, or if you just don't want to use paint in your book and you just want to stick to, normal, non-textured, non-wet stuff, I guess. Non-wet stuff. You guys know what I mean. Like if you just want to stick with like pens or, water-based markers or something like that, then your choice, your book, but I will, I'll probably just bring out all my gold stuff and just show you what each one, I'm not even in frame, I'm just talking and not in frame, what each one looks like. And we'll do it on a scratch paper and you can see what each one looks like, and then you can decide which one you want to use on your picture. Or if you want to use what I'm using, then I'll provide some links where I got them from if I can find them. That way, if you are like truly following along down to the last medium, then I can try to get some links for you guys. So I'm just base layering this down. I'm not pressing too hard because you don't really need to with these Prismacolors. I'm just kind of scribbling it on there just so it can have some color to it. And then I'm gonna come in with the darker browns. This one's more of like a pinky brown, so this will be our light color, clearly. Alright, so I think I got them all. Now I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So we got some color down. And next, now what we're gonna do is come in with our medium color, which is our light umber, and we're going to come in, whoop, too far. We're gonna come in with some shadow. I don't know that I want these to be too dark, so it'll be just like when we did the Eagle page. If you have not watched that video, go ahead and check it out. But it'll be just like the page we did with the Eagle in Kirby Rosanna's book. It'll depend on how light or how dark you want your branch to be. So I don't want mine to be that dark, so I'm only putting this, just a little bit, and then this one's gonna be fairly quick because you see I want to keep it kind of light. So in the Eagle page, we talked about light and the direction and how I'm not the greatest at figuring out where the light is coming from. So I just kind of pick a side and decide for myself which way I want the light to come. And it doesn't always apply to every object on the page. Sometimes I go, okay, for the branches, I want the light to be coming from the right side. But for the house, I want it to be coming from the left side. It just depends on what you think would make your picture look good. And Also depends on, what you want. It doesn't have to be, oh, I want mine to look, perfect, and it has to be the right lighting all the time. Like, I personally don't do that. Even when I'm trying to be like realistic, I don't take the time to try to figure out where the light's coming from and where the artist wanted the light coming from. If the shadow is already there and drawn, then that helps. You can just follow that. And even if it is there, you don't necessarily have to follow that. But for me, I'll follow it sometimes. Sometimes I'll completely ignore it. Um, but for the most part, I'm just doing what I want. And in this case, I'm just gonna put the dark on all the left side of the branches, and then not even all the branches, just some of them, because again, I want this to remain not in frame again, just talking away. I want this to remain kind of light, so you can see that I've only put a little bit, just a little. um, and we're gonna go over this probably a couple times, because I'm just figuring out where I want it, so it's not quite done yet. um, so another thing that I was doing, I told you guys that I wanted to have make a coloring page for you guys, and I've done one. I want to make a separate video on that, but let me know if you're interested in the coloring page, and I will put that as a priority over some other things that I'm working on as far as art. Um, because I'm working on a couple things, but like I said, that will be a separate video. And I just wanted to know, because I did do one coloring page. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole book, but I do want to do a couple coloring pages for you guys. All right, we're moving on down. But yeah, I do like my new job. It's tiring, but it is better than the job that I had. Um, I did like my old job. It wasn't so much as the people I was working with. It just the clientele that we had. It was not my cup of tea, and I feel like I am the kind of person to where I don't have to put up with some of the things that they were, expecting us to put up with, and it was just last straw for me. So that's all that was. But the job itself, it wasn't bad. All right, I'm gonna move you guys over to the right side now, and actually I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see the difference so far between this and this. We are getting this page done slowly but surely. And for those of you who are following along, I want to thank you, because I am doing this for you. So, I know some people, they like to just watch while they color, and that's okay too. But there are also those who want to kind of learn some new techniques, or just, pick up some kind of style of their own. And for me, the way I like kind of pick up things is by watching someone else do something, and kind of taking from that what I like. So, I mean, not necessarily taking, but using that to come up with something that I like. So, excuse me. So, hopefully, those who are actually watching to learn, I hope you are getting something from this. Um, like I said, I'm not the best at coloring. I'm not the worst. I just do what I like. And I feel like everybody who enjoys coloring should do what they like. I don't really believe that, it has to be perfect or it has to look a certain way or mine is better than yours. Just if it helps you relax, if it helps you, feel better at the end of the day, if you want to take a marker and just color one page one color, and if that makes you happy and helps you take the stress away at the end of the day, go for it, because I bet you that one color page will actually look really cool. So you never know unless you actually do it. And some people, they do this for stress relief and things like that. So, and there are others out there who are really learning to um trying to learn how to do it like really professionally and things like that. And let me tell you, you're not really going to learn much from me on that note, because I am not a professional, and I just do what I like. And I think that everybody should do what they like. um on another note, we are coming up on the end of this branch here with our second color. Just adding in just minor shadows, because again, I don't want this branch to be too dark. I want to keep it kind of light. I'm actually second guessing on if I want to add this darker color, but I'm gonna do it and we're gonna see what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna start with up here, and we're going to bring in chocolate, and I'm just gonna add a very small amount, because you can see how dark it is. So I'm gonna add just a little bit in some areas because it's pretty dark and I don't want my branch that dark. So I'm just gonna add just a little tiny bit. And these branches are fairly small, so make sure that your pencil is sharp. Otherwise, it's gonna be quite difficult to get in some of these smaller spaces. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to sharpen my pencils, and I can still manage to get in the small spaces, but it just makes it easier if you sharpen it and don't be lazy like me. So for these little ones that's out here, I'm just adding in like little touches. Some of them I'm not even going all the way like to the tip. I'm just adding in little touches of it here and there, because I want these branches to be bright. And at first, like I said, I was gonna do silver, but I'm not the best at coloring silver, number one, and I fear that it would look more just like a gradient gray. And then I worried about if I'm gonna zoom out just a bit. I worried about if it would clash with the gold. So I decided to go with brown, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I like the way this brown is turning out. I'm glad I changed my mind. And that's another thing that I don't really worry about when I'm coloring, is like, if something works, it works, and if it doesn't, then I know next time, hey, that did not work, don't do it again. So trial and error is quite something that I like to do too. And I'm also learning that if something doesn't turn out right, then not to beat myself up about it too much. Occasionally I will, you know, feel some kind of way if something doesn't turn out right. But, and I'm also learning that with my art too, that it's not going to look, all great right now the way everybody else's is, and it's not going to look like everybody else's art, period. And I have my own style, and if something doesn't turn out right, then that's okay. It happens. You live and you learn. So we're gonna add over here now. Just gonna bring it down just a bit, and then I'm gonna bring a little in right here, because there's like a little rivet in the branch here, so I'm gonna add a little. And yeah, so I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been a long time since I did the last one, and I hope you guys still, watch and follow along when I upload this. So I know someone in the comments asked if I was still, if I was gonna finish it. Um, I'm trying to, if I start a series on YouTube, or if I start like a color along or something like that, I don't want to abandon it per se, so it will get finished. I know I've done one where I just didn't finish it, and that's mainly because I don't remember the colors I was using, and I'm too lazy to go back and watch the video. But one day I probably will finish it, just not anytime soon, so don't count on it. But for the most part, aside from that one, if I start a video, I really want to try my best to finish the series out. Or if, we're working on a page, I want to try to finish it together. If we don't finish a page together, or for whatever reason I can't finish the series, then I will let you guys know. I'll make like a separate video, like, or I'll put something in the tag in the title saying, hey, this is the last one, or unfinished series, or something like that, just so you guys know, you know, that I didn't finish it. So, but I do want to thank that person for asking, because just in case others were wondering and they didn't want to ask, she asked for you guys. Alrighty. So I'm going to zoom out, and from here on, it's basically just going over it kind of lightly. We're going back in with our second color, which is the light umber. And I'm just going over just to blend in where I just put this other one, this chocolate. So this is kind of going to be kind of scribbly as well, because I'm just blending this in. And then once I'm done with this here, I'm going to go over it with that pinky brown, that beige sienna. And this part is fairly easy because you're just kind of going over the parts that you've already went over. So just follow where you put those lines. And now that you know where your lines are, you can continue to layer. And you know where the lines are, so you don't have to worry about, trying to figure out where the color is going to go, because you already put that color down. You're just essentially making it darker, just a bit darker. So, while still avoiding these birds. Now, on to the next side. And another thing that I'm also working on, I have so many things that I'm working on. That's another reason why, aside from my new job, videos are taking a little longer, because I have different projects that I have in my head that I'm trying to get all down at once, and I'm trying to get organized, and it's a fallen mess, me trying to get organized, but I am figuring it out. Zoom you down just a bit. I am figuring it out slowly but surely, and we'll be back in action soon, because I miss reading you guys' comments and, watching you guys' videos. I still watch, lost train of thought. Sorry. Anyway, I'm figuring it out, guys. Alright, so beige sienna, which is our lightest color. Now we can go in and just go over and just very lightly Just go over and blend it all in. And this is essentially what our tree is going to look like. Now, some of yours might look different than mine because some of you might want your tree darker. Um, some of you might have decided to not include the chocolate altogether, so it might be lighter than mine. And some of you might have decided to just go with the silver. And if you go with the silver and you do decide to, go silver and not go the route I'm taking, let me know. And, if you're in our Facebook group, go ahead and post it so I can see what the silver look like if you decided to do these branches silver instead of brown. Another good option you can do, because we're going to add some metallic gold, you can actually do gold branches and see how that looks. If you know how to color gold, remember we did the kind of gold leaves in the in Kirby Rosanna's book with the eagle. We did the leaves gold in that one. So if you want to do the branches here gold, just follow that. We did kind of like these golden brown leaves. That's a good idea as well. There's, like I said, do it, it's your coloring book, your way. But if you're following me, yours still might look a little different because, again, you might put your shadow somewhere else. You might decide to, you want yours a little bit more brown, so you use more of that light umber. You also might, decide, hey, the leaves are dark, I want my branches to be dark too. There are so many ways, and it's not going to look exactly like mine, unless you're one of those people who can literally mimic whatever someone else is doing, and even then it might not be exactly 100% like mine. But that's why I have the Facebook group, so you guys can share. I know some of you were saying that you don't like to share your pictures because you feel like they aren't good enough. Have some more confidence in yourself. I'm sure your pictures are great. I want to see them regardless of what you think they look like, because I'm still learning as well. So I might actually learn something from you. You might do something and I might be like, hey, that's a cool color combination. Can I borrow that? So don't ever think your art or your coloring isn't good enough, because someone is going to learn something from it. I guarantee you. Someone's going to look at it and go, even if they look at it and go, that's not the greatest, but what you did here is really cool. And even then it's like, okay, it might not be the greatest, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I know it's not the greatest, but at least they like, this about it. But for me, I look at all art and I try to take something from whatever I'm looking at, and that's pretty much how I get like a lot of my ideas and things like that. I go hunting for them, like, okay, references, research, all that kind of stuff. Gotta learn it from somewhere. So that's what I do. All right, so I think I'm scared to add a little bit more, but I'm going to add a little bit more light umber down here, just a little bit, and right in here. And that's another thing too, when you're done and you think you're done and you just kind of overlook it, just go back and see where, if you want to add color somewhere, or if you feel like an area is not dark enough, you go in and you just add some more. That's why we start light, because sometimes an area might not be dark enough and you want it just a little bit darker. So now that I'm looking at it, I think that side's good. Let me check this side. I might add a little bit more up here. And just kind of go and you layer until you feel like it's done and you've added enough and that it's dark enough, or you got enough color, and you just keep doing that until you're done. But I don't want, like I said, I don't want mine too dark. So I think, let's see here now, let me look. Yeah, so I don't want to add any more chocolate because I feel like it's gonna make it a little too dark. So I think this kind of light brown is pretty good. Yep, so some of these areas though, I'm gonna sharpen my pencil and I'm gonna go over with this beige sienna, because some of them look like just patch white still kind of in there, so I'm just gonna go over it. Just the parts that look like they're a little patchy. I do want it to blend a little bit. And you know, like I said before, Prismacolors are not my favorite, but I am gonna use them because I need to, you know, use them because I have them, but not my favorite, let me tell you. I don't know if it's maybe because, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm using them right. I mean, I know how to use them, you know, you're supposed to blend them and this, that, and the third, but I like to layer, so I'm stubborn and I don't want to, like, you know, use them properly, and I know that's why they're kind of fighting against me most of the time, because I'm treating them like they're my polychromos, and they're not, and they act and react totally different, and that's probably one reason why I'm not such a fan of them. All right, now we're done. So here we are, the branches are done. So I think new video days will probably be either Sunday or Monday, unless there's some dramatic change in my schedule. I've only been at this job for about a week now, so I don't quite have like a permanent schedule just yet. Once I figure that out, then we'll be back rolling on normal videos every week. If all goes to plan, next week I think we will work on either the water, because we don't have much left. We have the water, the flowers, the birds, and then the background of the hourglass. And then we have this night sky here. But these little things here will probably be gold. These little dots will be gold. There'll probably be some gold in here. We'll see. But for now, we are all caught up. And I will see you guys next week. And I want to take the time real quick to thank you guys for watching, subscribing if you're subscribed already, for liking my videos and all of that, because it helps others see on their timeline, or not timeline, this is not Facebook, on their, you know, their video feed. And you know, you never know, that they see it, they might like it, it might be something that they were looking for, and it just helps others see the video. And it's free, it doesn't cost anything to like the video. Even if you don't subscribe, if you like the video, just hit the like button. So I wanted to take the time to thank you guys for that, and I will see you guys hopefully next week. I try to get these videos, I'm trying, guys, I'm working on it. But again, this is the color along in the book Circle of Life. If you don't have that, if you're watching the series and you don't have this book, the link is in the video of the first part. If I can find the link again, or if it's still available, I'll put it in this video as well. And I will see you guys next week.